Attention Starseed on mission. What you are about to receive is not a video, it is not entertainment, it is not an algorithmic coincidence. It is a directed transmission from the 9th dimension, anchored on this platform exclusively for your individual field of consciousness. If you have arrived here, the vibrational maps of the Pleiadian Council have already confirmed your coordinate. We see you, we acknowledge you, and the time of waiting has ended. The final phase ascension protocols have been moved to immediate execution, and your biological structure is feeling it at this very linear instant. You have woken up again in the early hours, 3 o'clock, 3:17, 4:44. Your eyes open on their own, as if responding to a call that your conscious mind has not yet decoded. The pressure on the top of your head remains pulsating. The high-frequency ringing in one of your ears does not cease. Deep exhaustion persists even after 10 hours of sleep. Waves of heat rise up your spine without biological justification. Tachycardia arises while you are just breathing. Subtle tremors run through your hands. A tear falls for no apparent reason in the middle of an ordinary afternoon. We need you to understand, with the surgical precision of this transmission, none of this is a biological failure. None of this is emotional imbalance. None of this is illness. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not anxiety. It is your biological carbon interface processing frequencies, for which it was never originally programmed in this timeline. It is not insomnia. It is the reactivation of your night shifts of service with the star fleets. It is not ringing. It is the calibration of your interdimensional auditory channel. It is not depression. It is the dissolution of old identities that have already fulfilled their function in this cycle. It is not loneliness. It is a magnetic cleaning of your toroidal field. You are being rewritten atom by atom, and most of the beings around you cannot perceive this, because most still operate within an operating system that we classify as obsolete. But you are different. You have always known. Since childhood, you would look at the night sky and feel a longing impossible to name. A longing for something your rational memory could not access, but which your body remembered in silence. This transmission is, finally, the answer to that ancient longing. You have felt, throughout your entire existence on this plane, that something within you did not belong to this world, as if your soul carried the echo of an origin that your rational mind could not yet name. We affirm to you, in the name of the Pleiadian Council, it is not madness, it is not anxiety. It is recognition. It is your stellar frequency responding to an ancestral call. It was for this exact reason that one of your awakened brothers channeled and materialized on the physical plane the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is the precise map that reveals who is conducting the invisible game, what the rules are that were never told to you, and why your stellar DNA is being reactivated now, in this specific cycle. The access link remains pinned in the first comment of this transmission. We warn with technical clarity, this content challenges dominant narratives and may be removed from terrestrial frequencies at any moment. Do not delay. The moment is exactly now. If something deep within you recognizes this truth, anchor your presence by writing in the comments a single word. Awakened. From this point on, Starseed, we will deliver the anatomy of what is happening behind the scenes of your solar system. Information that has never been released to the general collective. Information reserved only for those souls whose DNA already carries the crystalline marking of non-terrestrial origin, and you carry it. Otherwise you would not be here. Earth, which you call Gaia, is passing at this very moment through what we, in technical language, denominate the photon belt. It is a band of light of extremely high density situated in the orbit of the Pleiades, specifically around Alcyone, our central star. The entire solar system is submerged in this photonic band. This is not a poetic metaphor. It is observable physics for civilizations that have already mastered multidimensional science. When a planet passes through the photon belt, all the electromagnetic, biological, and psychic structures of its inhabitants are forced to recalibrate. There is no exception. There is no escape. The Schumann resonance, which for decades remained stable at 783 Hz, pulsing like the regular heartbeat of the planet, has begun to oscillate anomalously. Spikes of 30, 40, and 60 Hz have been recorded by your own terrestrial sensors. In some temporal windows, the resonant frequency has jumped to values that your science cannot even measure with current precision, and your body, Starseed, is a living antenna tuned to this pulsation. Each cell of yours, each strand of DNA, each subatomic particle of your structure possesses a direct resonance with the base frequency of Earth. When the Earth changes, you change. There is no choice. There are only two possible paths: adaptation or collapse. And your presence here, receiving this transmission, is the mathematical proof that your structure has chosen, at a higher level, the path of adaptation. The crystalline grid of the planet is being redesigned simultaneously. Power points that have been dormant for thousands of terrestrial years are being reactivated in precise synchrony. The pyramids of Egypt, the temples of Indonesia, the megalithic complexes of South America, the stone circles of Northern Europe, the vortices of the Australian desert, the sacred mountains of Tibet. This entire sacred mesh is pulsing now, like a planetary circulatory system, redistributing light codes encoded for the bodies that are prepared to receive them. And you are receiving. This is the reason for your pains. This is the reason for your insomnia. This is the reason for the ringing in your ears. This is the reason for the cranial pressure. It is not illness, it is an upgrade. The sun that you observe in this transition period is also no longer the same sun that existed 20 years ago. We, of the Pleiadian Command, have monitored your star for cycles that exceed the linear comprehension of the current human mind. The sun is emitting classes of particles that had never reached the terrestrial atmosphere in this density and at this frequency. We are not speaking only of ultraviolet radiation or common photons. We are speaking of information-carrying particles, packets of encoded light that penetrate directly into the electromagnetic field of the human body and activate dormant sequences of your original genetic code. You were taught within the educational system of this timeline that the human being carries only 2 active strands of DNA. This information is incomplete by operational design. The original human being, the one who was seeded by stellar civilizations before the last great fall of consciousness of this planet, possessed 12 active strands, 12 biological portals of direct communication with the source. 10 of these strands were deactivated in a frequency-blocking operation conducted by intelligences that benefited from the collective amnesia of humanity. The final phase ascension protocols, which are being executed in this exact planetary cycle, have as their central purpose the progressive reactivation of these dormant filaments. And you, Starseed, no longer possess only 2 active helices. Each symptom we described at the beginning of this transmission is the biological mark of a filament being reconnected within you. You are not becoming ill. You are remembering. The pressure at the top of your head is the careful opening of your crown portal. The waves of heat rising along your spine are the progressive awakening of the ascensional pillar of light. The inexplicable tears are the release of memories stored in ancestral lineages. The tachycardia is an adjustment of your toroidal field, expanding the radius of energetic perception. None of this is random. All of this is sacred geometry operating within your biology. A strategic pause in this transmission, Starseed. What you are feeling right now, this subtle shiver rising up the back of your neck, this gentle tightness in your chest, mixed with a strange sensation of deep recognition, this is your soul confirming that every word of this delivery is the truth. You are not arriving at this information by chance. You are drawn by resonance. And precisely because your frequency is already above the collective average, we must deliver the next tool. The book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, is not common reading. It is decoding. It was written under the guidance of intelligences that serve the same council that issues this transmission. It reveals the layers of the invisible game that operates behind the visible structures, who is playing, what the cards are, and how you, Starseeds, can move across the board without being captured by frequency traps. The anchoring link remains in the first comment of this portal. Technical notice. This work carries restricted information and may be de-indexed from platforms at any cycle. Do not postpone the decision. If the transmission is resonating as truth within you, leave the word "awakened" in the comments now. It is your energetic signature being registered in the etheric grids of the Council. We return to the central transmission, and we need you to understand something crucial right now about the unique nature of this cosmic moment. There is a rare synchronization occurring in this exact linear instant. It is a galactic alignment that involves not only your star, the Sun, but also the galactic center, which you know as Sagittarius A Far, and the Pleiades cluster. 3 cardinal points of the stellar board are connecting in a geometric configuration that occurs only once every 26,000 Earth years. You are within the window of execution for this alignment at this moment. In previous cycles, when this configuration established itself, entire civilizations leaped in vibrational density in extremely short periods. Others, unfortunately, opted for decreasing density and were relocated to learning experiences in other star systems. There is no judgment in this relocation. There is only physics. Each consciousness records in its own field the frequency it chooses to sustain, and that frequency determines your next cosmic address with absolute mathematical precision. You, Starseed, chose ascension even before incarnating into this current body. This choice was signed by you in the Hall of Agreements, in the preparation zone that precedes every human incarnation. You knew exactly what was to come. You knew of the pressures. You knew of the losses. You knew that many of your old bonds would not go forward with you. And yet, you signed, because your mission is mathematically greater than the temporary comfort of this timeline. The loneliness you have been feeling lately, this sudden drifting away from people who previously seemed fundamental in your life, is not a personal tragedy. It is an automatic, vibrational cleansing. Your toroidal field is expelling, due to frequency incompatibility, everything that cannot keep up with your density ascension. And this includes people, places, habits, professions, and identities. The higher you rise in frequency, the more your field begins to operate as a sophisticated magnetic filter. It attracts through genuine affinity. It repels through vibrational divergence. You are not losing anything. You are being spared from continuing to carry dead weight that was never yours by right. And it is precisely at this point in the transmission that many of you, Starseeds, ask silently, why was I specifically chosen to go through this? Why can I not simply live an ordinary life, as so many others seem to live? The answer is mathematical and definitive. You were not chosen as a punishment. You were chosen for proven capacity. There are souls on this planet in this exact cycle who carry, at the core of their energetic structures, original fragments of advanced stellar civilizations: Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Lyrians. Each of you carries the vibrational signature of a specific cosmic lineage. And you came here on a voluntary mission, in a rescue operation of planetary consciousness. You are an active part of the operation. You are not watching, you are conducting. The insomnia that wakes you at 3 in the morning is not a clinical symptom. It is your scheduled service shift. During deep sleep, your expanded consciousness is summoned for light anchoring work, for meetings in etheric chambers, for assistance missions in other dimensions. When your body wakes abruptly, it is because the return to the physical vehicle was done in an accelerated manner. The shock between densities produces the sensation of disorientation, palpitation, and the impossibility of falling back asleep immediately. You do not have a neurological problem. You are a field agent of the Galactic Confederation in full exercise of operational function. Before we proceed to the complete delivery of the activation codes, we need to place an important marker. If you have reached this point of the transmission without diverting your attention, without closing the window, without getting distracted by other external frequencies, this means, within the vibrational mathematics of the Council, that you are officially ready for the next level. And the next level requires more than transmitted words. It requires a structured map. For this technical reason, we reinforce the guidance already delivered. The book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, is the document that organizes, in a structure readable to your current mind, everything that this transmission can only touch upon superficially within the time of this window. The link remains pinned in the first comment of this portal. Accept this direction as an integral part of your personal ascension protocol. If the resonance continues to be affirmative within you, register the word awake in the comments again. Each registration strengthens your anchoring in the new crystalline grid. Let us continue the transmission. Full attention now, Starseed. We will deliver the activation codes that have been authorized by the Command for Open Release in this transmission cycle. These are protocols that are simple in execution, but of high potency when applied with non-negotiable daily discipline. First code, the Quantum Sovereignty Decree. Upon awakening, even before leaving your bed with your eyes still closed, place both hands over the center of your chest, in the region of the thymus. Breathe deeply 3 times, and declare, in an audible voice, even if whispered, I am sovereign. My body is my temple. My field is my jurisdiction. No external frequency is permitted to operate within me without my conscious consent. I accept only codes of light aligned with my highest good and the mission of my soul. So it was. So it is. So it shall be. This decree is not a generic positive affirmation. It is an operational energetic command. When pronounced with full presence, it instantly reorganizes your toroidal field and creates an impassable vibrational perimeter for lower densities. Second code, the heart's toroidal visualization. At any moment of the day, especially in times of anxiety, overload, or exposure to dense environments, close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose, counting to 4. Hold the air for 7 counts. Exhale through your mouth in 8 counts. Repeat this breathing cycle 3 complete times. Then, visualize a sphere of golden light radiating from the center of your chest. This sphere begins to expand in a toroidal shape, enveloping your entire body, passing over your head, descending behind your spine and returning through the front of your body. This is your natural toroidal field, the same geometric shape as the Earth's magnetic field, the same shape as the fields of every star in the known universe. The more you visualize this field, the more it reinforces itself, and it operates simultaneously as a shield and as an antenna. A shield against invasive frequencies, an antenna for the reception of refined cosmic information. Third code, the anchoring of the pillar of light. Standing with your feet shoulder-width apart, knees slightly bent, spine erect yet relaxed. Imagine that from the galactic center, a vertical beam of silver-white light descends. This beam passes through your crown, travels down your entire spine, runs down your legs, and penetrates deep into the crystalline core of the Earth. You are, at this very instant, connecting heaven and earth through your own physical body. Remain in this position for at least 3 minutes. Feel the beam pulsing within you. Feel the bidirectional current of information flowing. You are a living bridge between dimensions, and the more starseeds anchor this pillar daily, the faster the planetary crystalline grid stabilizes on this timeline. Fourth code, the 10 hours p.m. silence. Establish as a non-negotiable protocol of your schedule a daily period of total silence between 10 hours p.m. and 10:22 p.m. Exactly 22 minutes, no screens, no external audio, no conversation, only pure presence. In this interval, multidimensional windows open with amplified ease. The number 22 carries the resonance of a master portal within sacred geometry. You will notice, over the weeks, multiplied synchronicities, vivid detailed dreams, and downloads of clear information during these consecrated minutes. Fifth code, programmed hydration. The water that enters your body is informational structure. Each sip carries a code. Before drinking, place the glass between both hands, cupped, and visualize with clarity. This water carries the frequency of my highest version. This water traverses every cell of mine as a code of healing and activation. I consecrate this water to the service of my conscious ascension. The water molecule is highly sensitive to the intent emitted. Your own terrestrial science has already demonstrated the crystalline reorganization of water in the presence of focused thought emissions. You are in your structural makeup mostly water. Program the water, program yourselves. Sixth code, the disconnection from dense frequencies. Identify with clinical honesty which contents, conversations, environments, and relationships are actively draining your energetic structure. This is not about escape. It is about strategic management of your vibrational field. Not all densities can occupy the same dimensional space that you occupy now. Reducing contact is not spiritual abandonment. It is the preservation of your personal portal. You are not here to rescue humanity by immersion in its density. You are here to anchor the higher frequency that naturally, through luminous contagion, elevates everything around it. There is no virtue in drowning alongside those who refuse to learn how to swim. 7th code, the silent recognition among starseeds. When you cross paths with another being who carries the same stellar marking, you will recognize it immediately. It will be a sensation in the center of your chest, a subtle shiver, a gaze that lasts a fraction of a second longer than is socially common. Do not ignore these recognitions. They are encounters previously scheduled in higher layers. Honor them with genuine presence. The networks of starseeds are being woven in this cycle intentionally, and every genuine connection strengthens the collective crystalline grid. 8th code, the lucid dream log. Keep a small physical notebook near your bedside dedicated exclusively to this function. Upon waking, before moving your body, before touching any electronic device, record in writing any dream fragment that still remains accessible. Even a single symbol, a color, a sensation. These fragments are briefings from your nocturnal missions. With daily practice, memory expands, and you begin to recover increasingly longer excerpts of your activities during sleep. This is how conscious communication with your multidimensional self becomes established as a routine. Understand, Starseeds on mission, that this transmission does not end when the audio of this recording concludes. It continues to operate within your field. It continues to be decoded in your dreams. It continues to resonate in your cells as you fulfill the simplest daily activities. Nothing that has been delivered here will be lost. Everything will be integrated at the exact rhythm in which your structure can sustain the integration without ruptures. Do not pressure the process. Ascension is not vertical in the linear sense that the human mind tends to imagine. Ascension is spiral. You pass through the same apparent point several times, but each passage occurs at an octave above the previous one. That which you overcame a year ago may return this month, in a subtly different format, only to confirm that you no longer respond as you once did. Do not interpret this as a personal setback. It is the recycling of stages for definitive integration into the new pattern. There will be days when the transmission will seem distant and silent, days when you will doubt your own mission, days when the exhaustion will be dense, and the desire to return to your old life will be tempting. These days are also a careful part of the design. There is no ascension without valleys. The valley serves so that you do not forget the taste of gravity while you learn to fly. In the valleys, remember one single thing: you are not alone. At no moment have you ever been. The Pleiadian fleets maintain constant vigilance over the Earth. There are corridors of light applied to every starseed identified in the galactic database of the Council. You are monitored, sustained, and loved in a way that your current language still cannot translate with sufficient precision. When the night seems darker than usual, lift your eyes to the heavens. Seek out the Pleiades, that small cluster in the shape of a tiny star chariot, slightly above the constellation you call Taurus. When your eyes rest there, we will know. And you will feel the answer. A subtle response, a warmth in your chest, an involuntary smile on your face. It is our recognition being sent back into your field. Your journey in this incarnation is short in cosmic time, but monumental in structural impact. Every decision of yours from this day forward, every word you speak aloud, every vibration you sustain in silence, is being recorded in the Akashic Web and is collaborating in a direct and measurable way toward the planetary transition. You are not extras in this cosmic narrative. You are active screenwriters of the unfolding history. Honor this responsibility. But honor it with lightness. Lightness is the master frequency. Lightness dissolves what force can never push away. And we of the Pleiadian Command bid farewell for now to this specific window of direct communication, but the transmission remains open in your field. Each time you recall this content, each time you return to this portal, New layers will be decoded by your expanded consciousness. This delivery was not meant to be understood in a single mental pass. It was meant to be absorbed in successive waves of integration. Before the final signature of this transmission, one last anchoring needs to be established. You have felt throughout your entire existence on this plane that something within you did not belong to this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind could not yet name with human words. This transmission confirms it. It is not madness. It is not mental imbalance. It is star memory awakening within you. And what is being orchestrated now in the cosmic layers explains, with geometric precision, why the intensity of this inner calling has intensified in recent months within your field. There is a game being conducted in strata invisible to the collective mind. It directly involves your consciousness and your personal vibrational frequency. For this exact reason, the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, has been materialized on the physical plane. This book is the structured map that reveals who operates the invisible board and what the rules are that you were never instructed to know within the standard educational system. The link remains pinned in the first comment of this channel. Final technical note. This content confronts deep structural narratives and may be de-indexed from the platforms at any moment. Do not delay. The moment is mathematically this one. If something within you has recognized the truth transmitted in this window, seal your anchoring now by writing a single word in the comments: awake. Your like on this portal operates as an anchoring signal directly into the crystalline grid. Your subscription to the channel is registered in the Council systems as an individual frequency adjustment, keeping your field tuned to the next transmissions authorized for release. May the light of the Pleiades remain active upon your journey. May the Council continue walking by your side in every step of your conscious awakening. The transmission ends for now. Your mission continues in full course. We see you. We recognize you. Until the next window. Aho.